Welcome to Global in View on Niger Live TV, reaching you from Bielsa's capital city, Yenagoa. My name is Barbie, Mkparu, and I'll be bringing the world closer to home. But before we dive into the headlines, a quick update for our viewers and partners. But Niger Live TV is officially open for business. If you are looking to boost your brand through paid adverts or sponsorships, we are your number one for reach and impact. You can contact us on our studio line on 081 293 40000. For physical consultations, visit our head office at number 122 Mbiama Yanagwa Road, Amarata Yanagwa, Bielsa State. And don't forget to stay connected. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X at Niger Live TV, or visit our website on www.nigerlivetv.com. Now, the headlines. Federal government raises alarm over fires linked to solar installations. Urban renewal, Agbura-Oxbow Lake Road completed and set for inauguration. Nigeria, Turkey agree on military training facility. And Iran condemns U.S. actions as piracy, vows retaliation. In the news. Bielsa State government says the 6.72 kilometer Agbura-Oxbow Lake Road has been completed as part of efforts to expand access within Yenagoa, the state capital. The project, executed under the administration of Governor Doye Diri, is expected to significantly improve connectivity between Agbura and neighboring Ogbea communities, including Otuokpoti. In a statement, the government said the project underscores its commitment to urban renewal and reopening up the state capital for improved mobility as well as development. Before the intervention, commuters traveling from Bega Junction through Azikoro to Agbura spent between 15 and 20 minutes, but the new route now reduces travel time to about 4 minutes from the Oxbow Lake area in Swali. The road is scheduled for inauguration today, April 20th, 2026, by former Vice President Professor Yemi Oshibanjo. Meanwhile, the Bielsa State Commissioner for Health, Professor Seyefa Brisibe, has announced that the long-abandoned Oporoma Referral Hospital in Southern Ijaw local government area will be commissioned today. He said the commissioning ceremony will be performed by the former Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, during his official visit to the state. Professor Brisibe explained that, in line with the Assured Prosperity Agenda, the facility has been transformed into a fully functional and expanded healthcare center, restoring hope and confidence among residents seeking accessible and quality medical services in the coastal area. He expressed appreciation to Governor Doye Diri for approving the remodeling and upgrade of the hospital, describing the development as a defining moment in the state government's commitment to revitalizing the health sector and improving the well-being of the people. The commissioner noted that the completion of the project demonstrates the government's proactive approach to sustainable development and inclusive governance, particularly in bridging healthcare gaps in underserved riverine communities. He urged residents of the Southern Ijaw to turn out en masse for the commissioning and participate in the free medical outreach organized as part of activities marking the 6th anniversary of the Prosperity Administration. The event is scheduled to hold at Oporoma Referral Hospital, Osokwama, Southern Ijaw local government area by 9 a.m. prompt. From Bielsa to national news. The federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency, has raised concern over the increasing number of fire incidents linked to improperly installed rooftop solar photovoltaic systems across the country. The warning comes as more Nigerians turn to solar energy due to persistent power challenges, raising concerns for both authorities and citizens. In a statement by the Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation, the agency attributed the incident to poor workmanship, the use of substandard materials, lack of protective devices, and non-compliance with technical standards and regulations. While encouraging the adoption of renewable energy in line with Nigeria's transition objectives, the agency stressed the safety must remain paramount and urged members of the public to engage only qualified and certified solar PV installers, noting that such professionals possess the requirements and expertise knowledge of technical standards and regulations. In another development, Nigeria and Turkey have agreed to establish a military training facility in Nigeria as part of efforts to strengthen the country's security architecture. The agreement was reached during bilateral talks between Nigeria's Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, and his Turkish counterpart on the sidelines of the Antalya Diplomacy Forum 2026. In a statement, the Ministry of Defense said the facility will serve as a long-term hub for capacity development, with a coastal location already identified, while temporary sites will be provided to commence operations. Under the arrangement, Nigerian armed forces will receive specialized training in areas including special forces operations, counter-terrorism, intelligence integration, counter-drone and counter-IED operations, as well as United Nations pre-deployment exercises. Now, the statement noted that the Nigerian delegation included the Chief of the Air Staff, the Charge d'Affaires of the Nigerian Embassy, the Defense Advisor, and other senior officials from the Ministry of Defense and the Nigerian Embassy in Turkey. In foreign news, the United States has intercepted an Iranian-flagged cargo ship in the Gulf as part of its ongoing naval blockade. In a statement, the United States President Donald Trump said the vessel, identified as Trauska, was seized by the U.S. Navy after it failed to respond to warnings. The development comes as the White House confirmed that Vice President J.D. Vance will lead a delegation for a second round of the talks aimed at ending the conflict with Iran and Pakistan. President Trump described the vessels as nearly 900 feet long and heavily built, stating that it attempted to bypass the naval blockade but was successfully intercepted. Still on the foreign scene, Iran has condemned the United States' seizure of an Iranian-flagged cargo ship in the Strait of Hormuz, describing the action as aimed at piracy and vowing to retaliate. The development comes hours after United States President Donald Trump announced plans to send a delegation to Islamabad for possible talks with Iran. However, an Iranian source indicated that Tehran will not participate in negotiations unless the United States lifts its naval blockade. The incident marks a further escalation in tensions between both countries, raising uncertainty over ongoing diplomatic efforts. And that concludes the news on this hour. You have been watching Globe in View on Niger Live TV, reaching you from Bielsa's capital city, Yanagwa. My name is Barbie Mkparu. Do well to stay glued to Niger Live TV as we keep you informed, educated, and entertained. Thank you very much for watching.